Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party may lose its dominance after Sunday's parliamentary election, throwing the country into uncertainty in the face of growing tensions with China and rising inflation. The conservative LDP has been in government for almost all of Japan's post-war era, and since 2012 has a majority in the lower house of parliament. It rules in coalition with a smaller party called Komeito, which it depends on to control the less powerful upper house. That could change, as an opinion poll in the Asahi Shimbun Monday suggests. The party could lose as many as 50 of its 247 seats in the lower chamber. The poll says Komeito could slip to fewer than 30 seats, putting the coalition below the 233 needed for a majority. Another poll by public broadcaster NHK Monday found support for Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba's cabinet dropped to 41% from 44% a week ago. It may be explained in part by public anger the LDP faces over a political funding scandal and the rising cost of living in Japan. And Jeffrey Hall, a lecturer at the Kanda Institute of International Studies in Tokyo, says voters aren't convinced by Ishiba's half measures to reform the party.
The LDP hasn't really done much to deal with the scandals. They've self-investigated, issued very weak punishments on their own members. This would be a major blow to Prime Minister Ishiba, who's been trying to tell the public that he's trying to restore trust in the LDP, reform his party. He'll be considerably weakened as a leader. His party will be weakened in the policies that it particularly wants to focus on, because bringing in a coalition partner will cause them to have to make certain compromises with that party, whatever party it may be.
The LDP will need at least one other partner if it loses its majority. That may include the Democratic Party for the People, which had 7 lower house lawmakers going into the election and advocates for lower taxes. There's also the Conservative Japan Innovation Party, which is defending 44 seats with a pledge of tougher donation rules to clean up politics. But those would mean policy clashes, such as the DPP wanting to halve Japan's 10% national sales tax and cut income tax, which his party does not support. And it could complicate the Bank of Japan's efforts to unwind decades of monetary stimulus. While the LDP easily remains the biggest force in parliament, many votes could go to the second largest party, the opposition Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan, which once toppled the LDP in 2009. The center-left CDPJ could try to cobble together an administration from a patchwork of opposition parties, but experts say it would be very challenging because their views don't align with many opposition parties, and that regardless of who wins, Japan likely faces political instability ahead.